monopolization.
When Edison and his business partners tried to monopolize the film industry in the same way that other business people in the U.S. were trying to control other parts of the economy. Some of you might remember studying about Ford with the automobile industry, and Rockefeller and the oil industry. In December 1908, Edison and 9 other producers formed the Motion Picture Patents Company. That's MPPC. The Motion Picture Patents Company. The MPPC set up many rules for all movie producers to follow, and if they didn't, they faced legal problems. One of the rules was to keep movies short because they believed, although the Lumiere brothers probably thought differently, that audiences wouldn't want to sit for a long time and watch a movie. Second, the MPPC didn't give actors any credit for the movie so that they wouldn't ask for more money. In other words, the MPPC didn't want the names of the actors to be recognized by audiences, which is obviously much different from what we have today. Third, in order to make the most money, they only distributed movies to those who used equipment and film that was patented. An example of this is George Eastman of Kodak Film. Do you know the name? He got in on the money-making prospects and sold his film only to producers who were authorized by the MPPC. Lastly, the MPPC controlled the price of the ticket. If the MPPC found out that studios were not following their rules, they sent people to interrupt the filming and even threatened to stop the distribution of the film. So let's talk about the effects.
Would MPPC rule it hidden? Movies, keep movies short. Cannot go to faster. That's a best idea. Number 2, second technique, didn't give actors any credit for the movie. You will credit for the movie. 그래서 movie 없고, 주직지 더욱더 movie 없고, and all. Good. Only use patented equipment. Öyle mi? Patentten tanıtıcıyı taşısın, киноиги ташгисан гэж өөр хамаагүй танıtıcı ширхэг зөвшөөрөх болно шүү дээ. Зөвхөн патентцсан аюу. Equipment буюу танıtıcıyı хэлдэг. Before holder акэмжээ. The last three is control price of the ticket. Билетний үнийг бид нар тодорхойлжсэн шүү. Бидний өөрөөр билет заа. This юм доошоо юм хямдхан зарчмаас юм хэлж байгаа. Ийм дөрвөн гарч ирсэн байна. Кино. Энэ ойлгомжтой үү? За цаашаа сонсоорой. Monopoly on movie industry. Энийг сонсоо.
That all of these rules and regulations probably had on many independent movie producers at this time. It was pretty obvious that many would not want to and did not want to follow the MPC's rules. So some producers decided to leave the East Coast and go to, where do you think?
California?
That's right.
California Japan. Энэ дөрвөн руу MPPC-ийн гарсан дөрвөнтэй санаа нийлэх уусад гарч ирж шүү дээ. Өөрийнхөө зарбар киногоо хийж, өөрийнхөө зарбар үнэ автартай. Тэгэхээр тэр усад хаашаа явсан бэ? Калифорни руу чийсэн байна. Тийм хэдэн хүмүүс Калифорни руу нүүсэн байна тийм. Тэгээд тэнд яасан баг. Суурьсан тийм.
Oh, yes. The movie producers could be further away from the MPPC, and they could also avoid legal problems with the MPPC by running across the border to Mexico to make their movies. However, there were several other reasons that made California a better place to make movies. Can you think of some other practical factors? If you were thinking about the great weather in California, you were right. Since most
자, great weather. 자, 나라처럼 шалтгаан юу байсан бэ? Weather. Уураас гарсан. Калифорни мөн жоо цас авахгүй, үйл авахгүй газар шүү дээ. Дандаа хавар намын зөвлөд газар. Автобус. Жил уртцаа 2-3 удаа гарч байна. Одоо жинстэй 2-3 удаа гарч. Өвлөн ихээр бороо. Тэгээд сар бороо нэг үйл.
Filming occurred outdoors during this time. A lot of natural light was necessary year-round.
Natural light. Outdoor. Here. Natural light. Bathing gilfish. Маш их sunny place. Маш их нартай газар. Ерөөсөө дандаа нартай. Өвөл зон хавар маргуу. Тийм учраас гэрэлний шаардлага сайхан гэрэл бэлэн байна тийм.
Wait, there was a lot of cheap land without a lot of people at that time to use. In addition,
You mean cheap land. You mean land.
think about where Los Angeles, California is located. It's close to the ocean, it's close to the desert, and it's also close to mountains.
Landscape. Country. Ocean. Desert. Desert. Essentially what Las Vegas is what essentially Las Vegas. California. Mountain. Таны одоо Калифорни кино үзсэн бол нэг завхан гэдэг давлгаас тийм ингэж тийм завтай шүү дээ.
Words. The geography of California provided a variety of locations with different backgrounds for filming different types of movies. Lastly, many Americans and immigrants were starting to move out west. This migration provided a large, cheap labor market for movie producers.
Cheap labor market. Labor. Immigrants. In Canada sector, just in your immigrants. Маш их цагаач байдаг. Тэгвэл цагаачд их байгаа газар labor гэдэг байна. Labor гэж хөлбөрийн хөлсөн юм. Маш их юм. Цагаач одоо Латин Америкчууд гэх юм маш цагаач томболоос хитэх юм.
To wrap things up with a list of the developments that happened quickly in Hollywood in the early 20th century.
Hollywood хизээ үссэн бэ? Early 20th century.
The first studio was built on a site on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, which you may have heard of. And by 1912, there were 15 studios in the area.
One studio. Нэг кино авдаг студио байсан бол ерөөсөө жилийн дараа хэд болсон? 12 он гэхэд 15 студио. Студио гэдэг кино авдаг газар. Одоо тэнд юу гэж ямар студио гэдэг вэ? Hollywood ямар студио? Ямар киноны юу вэ? Universal Studio. Universal Studio. кино аваад бүгд хотхон багтдаг. Хоосон байдлаар байгууламж.
A lot of development in 1 year.
Нэг жил
And in 1912, the US government started looking more closely at the NPPC as a monopoly, and subsequently, it lost its power in 1915 after 3 independent studios, Paramount, Fox, and Universal, filed a
За ингээд 15 онд хэдэн студио ямар гурван студиос бие даасан. За нэг нь Paramount, Fox гэдэг тийм. Харин мэдээж шүү дээ кино Америк кино. За байна. Ийм гурван бие даасан студио яаж сонсон биз дээ Paramount, Fox, and Universal. Одоо тэр чинь бол entertainment based. Hollywood буюу Лос Анжелес тацсан улсууд Universal Studio гэдэг. Үзсэн шүү дээ. Онцгой тэр кино авчихсан газар бол entertainment гэсэн буюу музик шатдаг гэсэн дээ. За сүүлд
suit against the NPPC and won. This was the end of one important era in Hollywood, just before the invention of the television, which we'll talk about at a later time.
Before you say so.
Television.
Television. Television.